The new Lady Gaga album, Mayhem, arrives at a time where, as I said in my review of the single Abracadabra a few weeks ago, Lady Gaga is just fully back. After an album like Chromatica that received only middling success and a rough moment with both Joker 2 and the soundtrack to that movie last year, Gaga has had one of the biggest hits of the last 6 months in Die With a Smile, and that song, Abracadabra, has the chance to be her biggest solo hit in a long, long time. And with all that in mind, she has returned with her first new studio album in 4 years, and it is, in large part, a throwback to some of the earliest successes of her career. This thing is a weird, off kilter dance pop record combining earnest sentimentalities with deeply alien, bizarre, occasionally supernatural metaphors, and it is extremely reminiscent of albums like The Fame and The Fame Monster. And while it would be really easy for Gaga to do this in a really corny facade kind of way, I actually think she puts in the effort to do this style and this era of her career justice. And when the album is at its most vibrant, catchy, and danceable, it is great. Again, I still really love the enduring single Disease, and my god, Garden of Eden might be the best Lady Gaga song I've heard in, I don't know, 15 years? Not to mention the other Gesaffelstein produced song on this record, Killa, whose instrumental sounds like a mashup of Bjork's Army of Me with David Bowie's Fame. Not the kind of thing I expected to hear on this record or hear Gaga on at all, and she just eats it alive. Because it's Gaga, the album is messy, imperfect, and imprecise. On a lot of the dance pop tracks, that doesn't really bother me. There are certainly songs here that seem lyrically underbaked or even undercutting themselves, contradicting, but it's all in service of these broad, big picture ideas that are easy to understand. What does really bother me is the note that this album ends on. I've made it clear I wasn't a huge fan of Die With a Smile, and the album makes this really bizarre choice to ditch its danciness entirely and finish on a trio of slower, more dramatic ballads, which Gaga is certainly capable of doing. She's proved that, but these three are not the cream of the crop, and it's an extremely deflating moment for the record to end on. Yet, despite that, I have to say, I like Mayhem quite a bit. It's my favorite Gaga album in quite a while, and it has spawned some huge career highlights that are instantaneous additions to her legendary career. If you want to read my full thoughts on the entire record, check it out right up here on my blog and tell me down there what you think of Mayhem.